Well, good morning. We are live and direct from a cardboard model of a Mars base camp right outside Cardiff City Hall. We didn't get the memo. We thought it was a real event. We built this last night from cardboard boxes and we found that the event is virtual. So we're not, well, not to worry. We're not going to waste it. Don't worry. We're not going to waste the opportunity. Let's cut to the front of the stage. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nick Corsten. I'm just a dad from an organisation called STEAMco. We're passionate about art and creativity and inspiring our kids, not just to aim high, but higher than high. And you're going to hear an amazing story today about why indeed we've actually built a cardboard model of a Mars base camp with a 150-foot tall starship alongside. You're going to hear all about that this morning. But at the moment, we've got Mr. P, an amazing teacher. We're down at the National Education Show here in Cardiff. We're live and direct, live streaming to you. If you'd like to pop a message in the box, you can. I'm just going to pop a little note in there actually and send that to everybody at the event so they can log and see us if they want to. Let's just grab that. Pop that in the chat. So there's hundreds of people. It's a fantastic event that Nikki Morgan and her team have produced an amazing event down there in Cardiff. So let's just see if we can't cut over to a little snippet of the conference. This is a chap called ICT Mr. P, Lee Parkinson, who's down from Manchester. He's a fantastic example of the great work going on in our schools. See if we can get some audio on that, shall we?
You know what I mean? Then you break the guillotine. You're desperately trying to hand them all out before the children come in. Hopefully there? You've seen there, through Seesaw, a real quick and easy way to utilise technology where children are still able to share their knowledge and understanding in a way that's not going to save you time, but also
so what you're seeing here is actually Lee Parkinson and the amazing Nina Jackson. Nina is an absolute legend. Absolute legend. You'll hear from her in a moment, but this is brilliant. If you can get a ticket now, get on there. Go to National Education Show's website, get yourself a ticket. This really is fantastic. nationaleducationshow.com. The URL's running just below us under here. But we're live and direct, as I say, from Cardiff. Let's get back to the show.
For 30 seconds, talking through that piece of work, highlighting anything the children need to look at, and then saving it to their profiles. So the next day, the children can come into class, log into Seesaw, watch that video back for the 30 seconds a minute, go back to the beginning. If after 10-15...
So we're live and direct from a cardboard model of a base camp, literally outside Cardiff City Hall. We can zoom in there and you can see us on the screen there. You might be able to see me waving. So we're live and direct. If you want to pop a message in the box, do that. Join us. Hopefully later on, we're going to be launching this cardboard, 150-foot high cardboard starship to inspire the children, to inspire teachers, to inspire communities to aim not just high, but higher than high. And in fact, might just be able to cut to a little film of that now, actually. Let me see if I can do that for you. Let's have a look on the old screen here. Yep, looks like we're going to be able to cut to that. Should we cut to that? Here we go. We'll drop him down just a second. Watch this little film. We built a cardboard model of a Mars base camp and used it as our virtual set, as you can see here.
I think you'll find this fascinating.
Godspeed Inspiration 4. Copy 1 Alpha.
You might have seen images this morning of 4 amateur astronauts blasting into space from Florida in the first ever civilian manned space mission. The trip, named SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission, is being funded by US billionaire Jared Isaacman. He is also funding an engineer who's launched Mission to Mars 21 to inspire schoolchildren around the country. I tell you, he is a one-off. Nick Corsten told me what he's trying to do.
I love being creative and I love inspiring children with that creativity, to help them aim not just high, but higher than high.
That's awesome.
That was crazily high.
Okay, so what have you been doing with the children in Coventry today?
Well, I don't know if you saw, but the Inspiration 4 rocket launch last night went off, and that is all about inspiring children to aim high in life, to follow their dreams, to find something they're passionate about and follow that, to maybe make a bit of money, to maybe make a few friends, to make the world a better place. And what we've been doing today is talking to the children about what happened last night, what that meant, because in 30 years, Elon Musk has said he wants to take 1 million people to Mars, which sounds fantastical. But he's built a rocket that can do it, the Starship. He's now building 1,000. Each one can take 100 people, and in 10 years, 10 times 100 times 1,000 is 1 million people in Mars. And I hate to say it, Nick, it's not going to be me and you that are going. We're going to be in care homes. It's the kids in school today. The kids in school today are going to be 40 in 30 years' time. They're going to be right for this. They're going to be perfect. And the amount of children that came up today to say, do you know what, that could be me, couldn't it, Nick?
Well, my head is now in an absolute whirl. Nick Corsten, thank you. Yeah, and he's doing school tours around the country. When I heard I was doing an interview about space travel, I was over the moon.
You've got to love Nick Owen and his little wise cracks at the end there. I believe we've got Nina Jackson up here. Let's get some Nina Jackson. She's an utter legend.
Legion arm wrestling champion. The Pigtail product is being used by schools in Uganda. Pigtail for schools is free. It also helps you grow reading confidence, boost literacy development, and makes reading engaging for young people. So, over to you guys. How are you?
Thank you. I can't quite see James at the moment, but thanks for having me.
Nina, it says that you've blocked my video. I don't know if that...
So a couple of technical issues there, but it happens to the best of us. So this is Nina Jackson and Pickertail live and direct from the National Education Show down here across Wales. I'm live streaming from outside the City Hall, as you can see, in Cardiff. But in fact, it's a virtual event. They're on Zoom, and hopefully later on we'll be able to get on the session and watch the launching of this 150-foot high cardboard Starship. Going to be absolutely fantastic, so be sure to check that out later on and come back to us later on if you'd like to. There's still time to get some tickets for the National Education Show. Nina Jackson is co-hosting that, or hosting that. She's absolutely fantastic. Got a great bunch here, Pickertail from James and Chanel there, who are going to be just doing a session about their primary reading tools and the products and what they offer. But let's just go back to that quickly.
Just a quick intro from us. So I'm what's called the Chief Content Officer at Pickertail, which is actually a kind of very fancy title for someone who's got the lovely job of actually choosing which books to go on the Pickertail app. So that's what I do, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. And then just to introduce our eminent sales director for the UK, Chanel Fusco, who joined the...
So, oops. Get yourselves tickets for the National Education Show if you want to know more about the Pickertail products and the rest of the session today. It's all online. You can see the whole session online today. But for now, we are live and direct, as I say, from a cardboard Mars base camp outside City Hall, a collaboration between us and the National Education Show. And I'm just going to sign off now with a little film about some of the stuff that we get up to and the work we've been getting up to here at Steamco while we've been in lockdown. And I hope that we will be able to connect with you at some stage in the next year or so. So thanks so much. We've got the tour, the Mission to Mars tour, touring across the UK for the next term. So do check us out. Do get in touch if you think that you'd like that to come to your school. Live streamed assembly, live streamed in the school or from the school or to the school, creative workshops, and a real dynamite rocket launch. And that's what you're going to see in this little video window up here now, he says. There we go. Thanks for joining me this morning. We'll see you again later on. Bye-bye. We're all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corsten. I'm just a dad. I'm co-founder of Steamco. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So STEAM Co is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magic. It's magical.
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Bestival, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts. So the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So in lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-sized pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work with STEAM Co.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology, and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system, we have a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere.
I would like to have STEAM Co day in my class.